Hey, Five Forks. It's hard to believe another year has come and gone. People always say that time flies, but I don't always think intentionally about that statement. But you know, it never fails. As we get to the end of the year and I begin thinking about a new year, all of a sudden it hits. There goes another year. In some ways, this past year for me was a milestone year. Back in July, I turned 40 years old. And in our world, that usually means a new stage of life is beginning. Mainly, I guess, that your joints hurt a little more when you wake up in the morning, or in my case, it takes me a little longer to recover after running. But 40 is also kind of a big number in the Bible. It's often a number that symbolizes a time of training and preparation to begin something new. For example, Moses' life can be divided into 40-year segments. 40 years in Pharaoh's household, 40 years as a desert shepherd, and what better training for Moses, who then spent the last 40 years of his life leading Israel out of slavery. Even Jesus spent 40 days in the desert before he began his own time of ministry. So after 40 years, I think I'm faced with the question this year, what has Jesus been teaching me about life and what matters most in life? One of the things I think I've learned in my first 40 years is that in Jesus' kingdom, people matter most. Jesus said that the top priorities of life are loving God and loving other people. It's so easy for me to get caught up in my routine, my schedule, my tasks, my desire to accomplish things, and certainly working hard is important. But this year, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to love other people. Even in my own home as a dad, I guess I've been reminded that 40 comes quickly in life. My kids will only be kids for so long, and so I want to make my kids a priority. I want to support them and laugh with them and make many memories with them. I want them to know that they matter, and this concept applies to my role in ministry as well. I help to lead our connection ministry at Five Forks, and just about every week there are new people coming out to try our services. And I know that in order for people to come back, they need to feel welcomed here at Five Forks. And so we think through the guest experience at Five Forks, greeting them well, connection cards, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. But I guess what I'm realizing is that my motivation to connect with people shouldn't be about hoping they come back to another service, but rather that as a church we simply want people to know they matter. And so a huge thank you to all of the volunteers in the connection ministry at Five Forks who help our guests to know they matter. And this leads into the second thing I think I've been learning in my first 40 years, that you can build your life around all kinds of things, wealth and health, vacations and occupations, even family and friends. But Jesus said to seek first the kingdom of God and all these things will be given to you as well. It means that deep down we were created to know and to love and follow Jesus. And if we don't keep our eyes focused in that direction, there's always going to be something missing in life. And so a significant amount of my time here at Five Forks is spent trying to help us become a church of disciples. As a church, we believe the best way to do life and live life is as a disciple of Jesus. Certainly this emphasis, I hope, comes through in my primary role in preaching here at Five Forks. But then just to highlight one of the other places this discipleship concept has happened so well this past year has been our Sermon Lab discussion group. This began as a trial run about 2 years ago. The idea was that after the sermon, get together as a group and discuss the message in more detail. And I got to tell you, this has been such a neat venture. I've learned so much from those who participate in that group, and I've seen this group become closer, building meaningful relationships through challenging and encouraging one another. If you're looking for a place to connect and also grow in discipleship, this is a great group to start with. So there you have it, another year in the books. But what a great year of connection and discipleship. I'm excited looking ahead to what God might have in store as I begin my next 40 years of life.